Hey guys, so we finally have the 4-year anniversary reveals and stuff here. It is 22 minutes long. There's a decent amount of stuff to go through, so I'm going to waste no time. I want to make sure this is turned on so that we can get everything on the screen here. So I will do my best to cover everything. There's a lot to do. There's a bunch of new stuff, and let's just see what they have to say here. Most of the stuff they talk about in the beginning is not really anything new, so we'll get right into this stuff. So the first thing to talk about is that they are giving away 400 free summons as part of the login bonus, which I assume is just going to be in the form of a free banner where you just log in every day and get a free multi-summon. I assume it's just a free multi-summon per day, which means if you log in for 40 days straight, you'll be able to get 400 free characters, which is 40 multis, which is a lot. And then they show a part of the lineup, which is this, which actually is very good. I mean, Revival Frieza, you could pretty much throw him on any leader slot for any team. Kaioken Goku's not bad. Super Vegito obviously is very, very good. Namek Goku's still a ridiculously good bench character, at least. So the lineup is very good. There's no reason for you guys not to take advantage of this free summon here. And then on top of that, they mentioned another thing that's part of this, which is as part of the same login bonus. You get a summon ticket that guarantees one Legends Limited character every 10 days you log in. So if you log in for a total of 40 days, you'll be able to get, I believe it's up to 4 Legends Limited characters guaranteed. So just log in once a day and you'll be able to take advantage of this. And it looks like they're going to be adding different characters to each step depending on how many days you've logged in. So step 1 is they're adding the Legends Limited Goten. 2 is Vegito Blue, and then Super Saiyan 4 Gogeta on step 3. Which, if you pull Super Saiyan 4 Gogeta with this free summon, that is like the biggest W ever. It's a free copy of him. Yeah, it looks like Beerus will be in the first one. So then it goes to the first summon will have God Destruction Beerus, Super Saiyan 2 Gohan Youth, and Super Saiyan Goten. Second will feature Legends Limited characters of Super Saiyan God, Super Saiyan Vegito. And then the third and fourth will have Legends Limited characters up to Super Saiyan 4 Gogeta. Okay, so it goes 1, 2, 3, and then this is the 4 is the same thing as 3 pretty much. Okay. So let's continue on here. There's different medals and missions. So there's 4th anniversary medals that you can get to exchange for other items. They mentioned that these like the shallot accessories and then the PvP messages are ones that were previously added to the game in other ways. So if you missed stuff like this, you can use these medals to purchase those. And I don't know if there's going to be new ones, but I assume there's probably going to be like 1 or 2 new things in there as well. And then if you don't end up needing any of this stuff, you can just end up buying a Legends Limited Z Power if you prefer that instead, which I would recommend, but you can buy whatever you want. All right, moving on. We're going to be getting some more Chrono Crystals and medals from logging in. This is part of the other login bonus. What else we got? So this is going to be an event called the Greatest Showdown, a Transcendent Limit Break, which is just going to be an event where you can get equipment, 4th anniversary medals, like he says down here, experience, Zenny, friendship points, kind of like what they did last year. You guys remember they had that, I think it was the Super Saiyan 4 Gogeta versus Merge Zamasu, like, special 3rd anniversary story event. This is going to be basically the 4th anniversary version of that, where you'll be able to do like those daily stages to get experience, Zenny, and friendship. Then the special missions are going to give you up to 4,000 Chrono Crystals, which is actually a lot, like just for doing missions, which shouldn't really take that much effort at all. So definitely take advantage of this. You can earn up to 4,000 Chrono Crystals. So yeah, there's no reason, again, not to do those things. There's going to be a boost campaign going on, which is something we've had before. They're going to be bringing back the Sparking Super Scout battles. The lineup is this. If I had to choose one of these lineups to pick from, I probably would go with this one over here just because Vados, the one on the right, it's just because Vados I think is still good enough to warrant using on like God Key, and I guess if Rival Universe makes a comeback at some point. I think she's the best unit on this list here. But that's what I would personally go for if you guys need Vados or more Z power for Vados. There's going to be more Hoi Poi coins. Then they also mentioned that there's a new unique equipment that you can actually obtain via the Hoi Poi coins. Now let's just see what they say about this. We'll also have some special equipment available this year. And it says this equipment will have special effects, such as increasing the number of anniversary raid medals you obtain. Huh. That's interesting. Also, while the drop rate might be low, you'll even have a chance of getting a Legends Limited Multi-Z power after clearing all the steps. So what I assume they're talking about with this equipment, I mean, it's just the one with Beerus on it. I assume it'll probably end up being a Universe Survival Saga unique equipment, but then there will, during the anniversary specifically, there will be an added bonus effect on the equipment that lets you get extra stuff like rewards from the events that are currently ongoing, which is pretty interesting. I mean, it's not a necessary thing, but it definitely helps a lot and continuing to get better rewards. There's going to be Anniversary World Challenge raids, which is not anything crazy. We've seen that before. The Ultimate Equipment Collection event is coming back. They're going to be having every single unique equipment come back. They're going to be doing chance time again. If you guys remember how they did this last year, basically you choose numbers, and then they do a lottery drawing at some point, and they'll be able to, if you have one of the winning numbers, you'll be able to exchange that number for Chrono Crystals later on. It's just completely luck-based. There's no like skill at all involved with that. You just choose a number and hope you win. All right, next, what do we got? They, of course, are bringing back Shenron. This is a once-a-year event during the anniversary. Literally just free stuff. Like, every day, you have to exchange your code with friends, and you just get free stuff. That's it. It's just more free stuff, pretty much. And then when you collect all 7 Dragon Balls, of course, you can make a wish. There's either the wish you can get 1,000 Chrono Crystals, or there's, like, some cosmetic thing you can also get. Generally, it's like a title and some useless item, but it's just purely cosmetic. All right, so this is the first new event we're going to be talking about here, which is Let's Go Universe 7. So this event is actually going to be introducing 3 new free characters. So, of course, we have Krillin, Goku, and Tien, all from the Universe Survival Saga. This is from the promotional image when they first showed off the Universe Survival Saga and previewed it. So the way this is going to work is you're going to be obtaining Krillin first, and then they said you use Krillin to obtain Tien, and then you use Tien to obtain Goku. And I'm assuming that you can get all these guys to 14 stars from the event, so there's not really much to worry about there. What I'm really hoping for from this, honestly, is some kind of HPZ ability for Universe Survival Saga, because the only one that we still have right now, I think, is Bergamo. Like, I think he's the only one we still have. So getting more options for HP ability for Universe Survival Saga would be very helpful. Don't really know what these guys do yet, but we'll see pretty soon, I imagine. Next, we have Supreme Showdown Super Saiyan Gogeta. Now, if you guys remember back, this is like, we're talking pre-first year anniversary. This is like ancient history at this point. This is when the Broly movie like first released. They were doing like promotional special events and story events for the Broly movie, and there was one version where at the end of the event you could fight this version of Gogeta. It was actually a base Gogeta, and then when he transformed, his art changed into this version of Super Saiyan Gogeta here. People had been asking for this guy to be added as a free character for a very, very long time. So it's very interesting that they waited over 3 years, literally 3.5 years. They waited 3.5 full years to finally release this guy as a free character, but I imagine he'll probably end up being literally the exact same version of this Gogeta that we fought 3.5 years ago in that story event. He does have a kind of a unique special move, and the art is obviously very good, so interested to see what this guy looks like. But they mentioned that regarding this guy, he's not going to be released until mid-June, so we still have a ways to go before we see him in-game. There's also going to be an exchange shop associated with that event. I imagine it's going to be much like the free-to-play characters we've been receiving recently. There's this again this year, which is Anniversary Surprise You. Basically what this is you get to choose a free Sparking character for like just for free. They give you a ticket, and you can go into the exchange shop and select one Sparking character that you want. I'll probably do a separate video talking about this and breaking down what I think are the best options to choose from, which Sparking characters make the most sense to choose from. Obviously, yeah, this excludes Legends Limited characters, so I believe they said it goes up to September 2021 where you can choose the characters from. So again, I'm going to be going through the list. I'll mention like my top 5, I think, best choices once I get through this video here. All right, so we have a new type of event here. It's called Extreme Battle. It says it's high difficulty. Clear a stage once per day to get rewards. Enemy characters and elements change on each stage. Choose your allies, form your party, and take on the challenge. As the name implies, once a day during the anniversary to get rewards. Stages will have different elements, and your opponents will change. He said high difficulty, but the rewards are pretty good. These will be summon tickets and equipments. Exclusive summon tickets. These tickets will give you a 10% chance of getting a Legends limited character. So it sounds like you can only do one of these per day. So what I might do in terms of video regarding this event is I might do like 5 days or so and then release a video covering like the first 5 days like in one video. I'll probably just like clump it all together into one video or something, because doing one stage per one day is not going to be enough. So we'll see how high difficulty the stage is. I mean, if you guys know how to do like float step and stuff like that, I imagine it shouldn't be that bad. All right, so the next campaign is Legends Anniversary Tuesday. So we went from Legends Weekend to Legends Tuesday. Okay. So every Tuesday in Japan during the anniversary, you'll be able to obtain these Anniversary Tuesday medals, and then that's going to be another way for you to basically just exchange in the exchange shop for other rewards. Chrono Crystals, Legends Limited Z-Power. So basically, there's a lot of exchange shops that they're going to introduce in this anniversary. Like, you know, it's nothing new, but make sure that you guys are on top of basically doing all your daily events and logging in at least once a day to make sure that you're taking advantage of all these things that they're giving out for free. It's literally just free stuff. Like it doesn't cost anything. All it costs is like, I don't know, maximum 20 minutes of your time per day to do this. It's definitely worth it. You get a lot of stuff. You can use 3 of them to get Legends Limited Multi Z Power 100. You can get crystals. It looks like they'll be distributed every week from 3 o'clock p.m. Tuesday until 3 o'clock p.m. Wednesday JST, which should be reset. That's reset pretty much every week, 2 a.m. Eastern Time. Okay, let's see. What else do we got? Social media campaigns. There's basically this new feature where you can customize your own profile, which I'll take a look at. I'm not really sure how useful that's going to be, but it's basically just to get more friends. Ask a Dragon Ball Legends buddy campaign. Nothing too crazy, just a way to ask questions and get responses. What else do we got here? Yeah, so this is where they finally introduce the new character. Okay, let's see what we got here. So to start things off with, it looks like they got Vegito here, and then they got, I assume this is going through the anniversaries, even though that wasn't even the first anniversary Super Vegito, that was Yellow Vegito. All right, we got 3 anniversary, and now the 4th anniversary. What do we have as our headliner here? So they're not going to start with the headliner. They're going to start with looks like a Vegeta, Super Saiyan Vegeta here, obviously from the Tournament of Power. So it starts out as Super Saiyan, does the Big Bang attack, then he goes into Blue. Looks like a normal transformation, which is something we haven't seen in a very long time. We usually, I don't know, like it's been over a year since we've seen a transforming character. And now, of course, we get into the main headline of the anniversary. We all knew this was coming at this point. Ultra Instinct Goku. I mean, just look. I'm not even. They did this guy so much justice. The animations are so good. I mean, we'll have to see how he actually looks in game, because obviously this is going to be embellished a little bit because of the cinematic. But I mean, they got all the hype animations in here that he did against Jiren in the Tournament of Power. So I'm definitely looking forward to using this guy. They do mention a little bit about his details after this, so we'll go ahead and take a look at that. But like, they got literally all the animations from the Tournament of Power in here. This is the LF, obviously. He does the punch. He does like the counter backflip when he's like glowing white. They captured everything here. So there he is, Ultra Instinct Goku. And of course, this is the brand new logo in the top right corner of your screen right there. 4th anniversary, UI Goku's image is there. So he is the de facto headlining character of this anniversary. Makes sense. UI Goku, pretty hard to top that in terms of hype. But there we go. All right, so let's go ahead and take a look at what we have here. So Super Saiyan Vegeta and Ultra Instinct Goku join the fight here. So this is Vegeta. So Vegeta is blue. He's a defense type. And he's also, of course, like we saw, a transforming character. Z ability 3, 30% of Vegeta Clan or Episode Universe Survival Saga base strike and blast defense, and 15% to characters that are both Universe Survival Saga and Saiyan base strike attack. So clearly designed to work well with UI Goku, because obviously he's also a Saiyan and Universe Survival Saga. Unique abilities before transforming. Applies the following effects itself when this character enters the battlefield. Let me just take this off for now. So he draws a special arts card next. He draws a green card once when he enters the battlefield. 30% damage inflicted for 15 counts, very low. Reduces damage received by 20% for 10 counts, very low. 60% to ki recovery for 15 counts. That's fine. The following effects occur every time when hit with an enemy strike, blast, special move, ultimate, or awaken. So basically, whenever he's hit by any attack, he reduces enemy ki by 5, which is like sort of the green Goku Black, red LF Emerges Zamasu ability. And then he gets 15% to damage inflicted for 15 counts. He also applies the following effects to enemy if own health is 50% or below. Now, this is a new, I believe this is a new mechanic. Reduces ki by 100, and he destroys all cards. So I think the way that this works is even if it's in the middle of a combo, I think this will activate. So if he's getting comboed in Super Saiyan form, and the enemy drops him below 50% HP, even in the middle of a combo, the enemy will have all their ki removed and all their cards will be destroyed, which is basically a guaranteed way to stop the combo, right? So that's, I believe, how that works, but we won't know for sure until we see him in game. And then when he goes ahead and transforms, he gets pretty insane. So applies the following effects itself after transforming. 90% damage inflicted, which is very good. Reduces damage received by 50%. That's kind of what we've been seeing with these newer characters. They just get an inherent 50% reduced damage received buffed. He gets card draw speed just forever, passively, which is also kind of becoming the standard as well. Applies the following effects itself when this character enters the battlefield. He gets 30 ki, 30% damage inflicted, so he's going to basically be starting with 120% damage. And then he reduces damage received by an additional 20%, so he's going to be at 70% reduces damage received. On top of him being a boost character when he comes out, and his transformed stats, which I assume will be very high. Then he gets 80% ki recovery, and then he has kind of this LF Super Vegito ability. Applies the following effects to allies every time an arts card is drawn while this character is in the battlefield. So strike card, he gets strike damage. Blast card, he gets blast damage. Special arts card, he gets ki recovery. And then special move, he gets special move damage, which is literally exactly what Super Vegito does. So this Vegeta seems very good, very interesting. I'm most excited to see how this bottom ability here actually interacts with the game. So this Vegeta seems very good. And then, of course, we are going to be moving on to UI Goku. So UI Goku is red. Definitely the color that I think most people were hoping he would be. A color that Universe Survival Saga desperately needed. A color that God Ki, well, not desperately needed, but really wanted. So I think they did this guy pretty well. So Z ability at Z ability 3. 2% to strike arts damage inflicted by Universe Survival Saga, and 30% to tag God Ki, Universe Survival Saga, or Saiyan strike and blast attack with double offense. So let's see if we can make sense of what this says here, because there's a few things on here that I have no idea how they're going to work. Okay, so of course he has a unique gauge, consumes 30% of this character's unique gauge to activate evade against the following enemy attacks while slide moving or standing still. Evadable attacks, tap attack, tap shot, tackle, strike arts, and blast arts. I am pretty sure that is literally the exact same thing that the purple UI Goku does already, so not really much to talk about there. Now here's the interesting thing. If it's a strike or blast arts attack, this character will also counter after evading and inflicts damage to the enemy. This damage from this attack cannot cause the enemy to be defeated. I don't really know how that works. Like, what? There's going to be every time the enemy attacks, there's going to be an animation and he just counters? Like, what? As of right now, that is a completely new mechanic, and I am not sure how that's going to work. So, can't really give my opinion or thoughts on that because I just simply don't know how it works. Evade will not activate in the following circumstances: when this character has insufficient unique gauge, immediately following this character's sidestep. Yeah, it's the same thing. Again, that's a unique gauge, I'm pretty sure, is just the exact same thing that purple UI Goku already has. But that counter ability, I don't know. We'll see. We'll have to see him in action. All right, then this character will automatically win most Dokabaki impacts, which are clashes, and inflict damage to the enemy when two forward charging attacks, strike arts, ultimate arts, etc. collide. So basically, this guy will automatically win clashes. Now it says most clashes because I'm assuming that if two UI Gokus clash, it's going to be a normal clash, right? That's just, it cancels each other out. I assume that's what that means. But that is a very interesting ability. The ability to instantly guaranteed win a clash. I think a lot of people are going to look at that effect and think it's like ridiculously overpowered. I think it's obviously very good, but I don't think it's something that's like going to define this guy as a best unit in the game candidate just because of that. it's a nice thing to have, and not having to worry about winning clashes because you're just guaranteed to win at all times is obviously very good. And it's honestly going to make your opponent think differently about how they want to play, right? If there's a chance that you enter into a clash, your opponent probably just isn't going to take it because they're going to lose, right? So definitely a very strong ability, but I don't think it's going to be like, oh my god, that's like so overpowered. I don't think it's going to be like that. And then applies the following effects self when battle starts. So it gets 90% damage inflicted, 50% reduced damage received, and card draw speed. Again, 50% reduced damage received and card draw speed are like just basically on every single character in this day and age. And then he also has a cover change, which we saw in the video, which is knocks enemy back to long range if a cover change is performed against their strike or blast attack. Activates twice. Activates during assists, which is literally the same thing as Super Saiyan 4 Gogeta and the purple UI Goku, right? They have 2 cover changes against strike and blast attacks twice. So that's all we know as of right now with respect to this UI Goku. Here's kind of like a summary of everything we talked about here. And then one last thing to mention, of course they saved this for the end, is that they did announce a Zenkai Awakening, which is going to be LF Vegito Blue. Let me just forward this a little bit so you guys can see the image better. Super Saiyan God, Super Saiyan Vegito, Zenkai Awakening incoming. I assume what's going to happen now, because I'll quickly, briefly mention this, but I'll talk about this later on as well in a different video, just because I don't want this video to go on for too long. Because we're only getting 1 LF for part 1, which is not something that I expected, I expect that during the movie superhero release, which is on June 11th and 2 weeks from now, we'll probably be getting either some major drop, or we could potentially even be getting 2 LF characters when the movie releases. I think in between then and now is when we'll be getting this Vegito. So next week, I think, is probably when we'll be getting this Vegito Zenkai. But that's going to be it for this one. If you guys enjoyed this one, I'm going to be doing 50 bajillion videos today. So hope you guys are excited for more content. Let me know down below what you guys think, and I'll see you all in the next one.